right, this video is going to go over the second part of your Build a Tinkercad house project, where we will create a floor plan. So our learning target here is today we will design a floor plan for our CAD house so we're able to understand how engineers and architects use CAD programs to aid in their designs. We'll show this by designing a floor plan for our Tinkercad house. So like we talked about before, there's 3 steps in this project. You should have already done the first step where you build the basic Tinkercad house. In this step, we'll make the floor plan. And then the third step will be to make it your own, where you can modify or change your basic house, or you can just start from scratch and build a new house. So a floor plan is basically just a 2-dimensional drawing or set of instructions that an architect creates to explain to the builders the specific size, shape, and characteristics of a house they wish to build. It's basically, guys, the plans for the house. An architect would design it, and then builders would build it. So like I said, we'll complete step 2, create a floor plan. In this, you'll follow along with the tutorial to create, you'll basically create like an outline of your house where you'll just see the outline of the floor. And that's what the tutorial part's going to show you. To be successful on this assignment, I am going to add a second step. So what I'm going to have you do is you'll follow the tutorial to create the outline of your house. And then we are going to go ahead and add some rooms to it. So to add rooms, basically, we're just going to use boxes that we'll drag out of the toolbox, and we will flatten them and just make them different colors to fit your floor plan. So like this example on the screen, when I was thinking about putting this one together, I was just kind of thinking about like this yellow would be like a living room, so you'd walk into the living room. This pink over here would be, this would be like the kind of like a dining room area where maybe you could have your dining room table. This green area would be like a nice big kitchen. These 2 blue areas would be like bedrooms. The 2 black ones are bathrooms. And then this would just be like kind of like a little hallway here where you could get to your different bedrooms and bathrooms and stuff. So kind of simple like that. If you do finish the second part, then please go on to the third part, and there should be a video for that as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at what this looks like. So we're going to go into our Tinkercad. We'll go to Learn. We're going to go back to Projects and build a Tinkercad house just like we did for Part 1. This time we should see that the first part is done. So we're going to go into the second part, create a floor plan. When we get in there, you should see the Tinkercad house that you have already built. Okay. Again, over here, it's going to have the directions. I'm not going to read the directions to you. I'm just going to kind of walk you through how to do this. So we'll go next here. This page just kind of explains what a floor plan is. You can certainly go through that if you would like. It's kind of interesting, but no directions here. So we'll go here where we're going to basically take our house and we want to create just an outline like it looks right here. Okay. So the first thing we want to do, because we don't want to get rid of our actual house, is we're going to duplicate it. So I'm going to take my house, hit the duplicate button, and now I should have 2 of them. And I do. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to move a copy of our house over a little bit here. Next, it's going to tell me to place a box on the work plan. So I'm just going to bring out a box, and I am going to make it 50 millimeters long, like it says to, 30 millimeters wide, and 50 millimeters tall, just like it says. So there it is. And honestly, it doesn't have to be exactly those dimensions. For this project, the main thing is that it's bigger than the house that we built, okay? Next, we are going to change our box into a hole, just like that. And so now we've got a hole. And then I'm going to align my box on top of my copy of my house. So I'm going to go to my alignment tool, line it up in the middle and in the middle. Just like that, okay? Next, what we want to do is basically we're going to erase all of our house except for the very bottom outline to it, okay? So what I'm going to do is over here on my snap grid, your snap grid, you can change it, and this just changes how much your object will move with each little mouse movement. I'm going to change it to 0.25 millimeters or 1/4 of a millimeter, just like it says in the directions. And then what I want to do is I'm actually going to lift that box, not the house, just the the box that we turned into a hole, I want to lift it just 0.25 millimeters off the ground. And it's kind of hard to see here. Let's get that up. So I want this number right here to be 0.25, and I can type it in and hit enter, or I can use the little arrow at the top. If I zoom in there, let's see, I should be able to see that it's just a tiny bit above where the house is, okay? Our last step is we're gonna actually group that big box with our house. And when we do that, it should make most of our house disappear and we should just be left with the outline. So we group it, and there we go. There's the outline that we can use for our floor plan. Now, to create my rooms, I'm just gonna drag out a box. On the dimensions for height, I'm just gonna change it to 1, super narrow. And then I can put it in my house and kind of resize it however I want. So again, I could kind of make this like a living room that we walk into. I can change my color just here by clicking on the color, and there's my blue living room. To make another room, again, I'm just going to drag this out. Let's see. We want to set the height to 1. And actually, if you want, instead of even dragging out a new box, you can just click on this one, copy it. So now it's already going to be smashed, okay? I can change my color, so maybe I want my kitchen to be red. And we can put in a kitchen, and maybe my kitchen's only going to be part of the house. So I'll put that in there, and then I'm just going to drag my box so it's only covering part of it, okay? I'm going to duplicate that one, and then I would, okay, now I can, there we go. Now I can make this one, we'll change the color. And this one could be kind of like my dining room. Maybe my dining room is going to go over here. It's going to be a little more narrow, kind of like that, okay? Then, let's see, we'll maybe make a bedroom here. So, just turn it again to 1. I'll use a different one this time, or I could have copied. I'm going to make it a different color. Let's make it purple. And then I'm just going to drag it into my design and resize it how I want. So kind of put it like that. There we go. Okay. Kind of like that. And then lastly, maybe I'm just going to do a 1-bedroom house on this one. So now I just need to add a bathroom. So I don't know, this was the smallest one, so I'm going to copy that. We'll change the color. Let's see, we'll make our bathroom orange, I don't know. And then I can move this in over here and just kind of resize it in order to give me that room. So that's how you create your floor plan.